So yesterday I decided to watch the Kyle Busch fan Payne Invitational 300. I've been a fan of the sport for 7 years. And I've liked Kyle Busch pretty much all that time in that time span. And of course, he left JGR for last season, switched to RCR, because of a contract dispute over the money he was getting and just all this drama. And I knew he wouldn't be as good as he was before, especially considering the last 3 years at JGR, he was not himself at all. And people can chalk that up to practice, qualifying, being different, blah, blah, blah. But, I mean, it's normal for a guy to be burnt out after, 15 years of dominating NASCAR's top 3 series levels. The guy has 200 wins there in 2019, and he was in his early to mid-30s. His fall off was probably going to be different compared to any other driver, but still, he showed he had it in him last year. And of course, that builds hope for you. You're thinking, he still won 3 times. He still got it. He could have won more if he had some more luck. They brought fast cars. Maybe Kyle Busch is the one who brings a championship back to RCR. And then this year has just been absolute pain, man. Last race, Kyle Busch was literally just in 30th most of the day. Meanwhile, his teammate, Austin Dillon, who has had an average finish of 25th or 26th this year, who's been absolutely garbage in the next gen era. He's up there in top 20, top 15, battling it out. And it's dude, your teammate is better than you, who literally is one of the worst drivers in the Cup Series right now. What are you doing? And it's not like he isn't good at Nashville. He's won here before. In the first race here in 2022, he should have won, but his stupid-ass crew chief, Ben Bayshore, however you say his name, screwed him over with a tire call. But this race, there was just nothing. It's like that one meme. There's no motivation. There's no purpose. There's nothing. There's just nothing going on with that team. It makes zero sense. He's had fast cars in decent days before. Sonoma, he had a top 10 going. Ross shit-stained fucking wrecks him. And then at Daytona, he's taking a 3-wide for the lead to battle. Maybe, he gets a better finish. Ty Gibbs, dumbass, blocks him. Drains all momentum. Finishes outside the top 10, I'm pretty sure. And there's just been so many examples of bullshit this year happening to Kyle Busch. It's almost like it's payback for all the shit he's probably done to guys like Ron Hornaday and Joey Logano and a lot of other people. So now, obviously it's kind of as being a fan of a driver who's been so successful, then, you have to deal with this dry spell. It must sound very funny to people who are fans of guys like Matt DiBenedetto or Bubba Wallace, who, no shade to them, but, they don't have near the success. But still, it's just this race, he was doing nothing. I accepted it. I was like, this is still a pretty decent race. I'm having fun. It's a rain delay. It's a nice vibe. Take a little nap in the middle of the race and then, get back to watching. It's good. And then, some restart caution shenanigans happen, and he works his way up to 10th because, he stays out. It's oh, cool, Maybe you can make something out of this horrible day. And, he even works his way up all the way up into the top 5, and he's knocking on the door for 3rd behind Larson. It's the guy still got it. He was battling with Denny Hamlin and one of the best drivers and one of the best cars in the series. It's incredible what he was doing with that shitbox. If Kyle Busch was still in a JGR car, and considering how dominant JGR Hendrick has been this year, oh my gosh. Top 3 in the standings easily. But anyways, you know what happens to Kyle Busch? One of the last few restarts, Kyle Larson runs out of gas in front of him. Of course, he gets turned by Chase Elliott. It's a whole chain reaction. He gets dumped into the wall. His race is over. And you know what happens to Kyle Larson? He still finished in the top 10. Even after running out of gas, he still made it back to the pits. He fucking finished in the top 10. Meanwhile, Kyle Busch, Rex, he finishes like 35th again. And you know, Martin Truex Jr. and Denny Hamlin, they still both finished, I'm pretty sure, top 15 after they ran out of gas and had to pit during a restart. They were still able to make something out of their shitty day. But Kyle Busch is just cursed to, I guess, suffer this season. It's unbelievable. It's really unbelievable. It's so heartbreaking to watch as a fan of his. Like, it's just, I don't get it, man. I really don't. It's just so Jover. It's Jover.